All right, I don't know what time it is on your clock, but I know what I'm getting ready for. It is time for the Professional CISO podcast with David Malicoat.
All right, gang, a little bit different today. This is a new trend that I'm going to start here. We have a provocative conversation. Recently, I heard this term from Walt Zerminski. He's the former CISO of Brown Brothers Harriman and State Street. Now he's a partner at Fortium. I believe this term encapsulates the direction in which we should be striving, which is we have to put things out there and stop agreeing on everything. I think there's this opportunity to be a little provocative and say, hey, let's push these boundaries a little bit. So in that vein, today we're going to talk about GRC. Governance, risk, and compliance. Is it time to break it apart? If you're doing it correctly, and then I'm not talking to you. There's challenges. And I think that we have an opportunity to break the mold a little bit. Now we get to the 2020s. And I think the goal is there of integrated GRC and cybersecurity. We've had the rise of cloud computing, remote work, and evolving cyber threats like ransomware. And they have necessitated a more cohesive GRC framework. Do we get there? We've got now AI. We have serverless and edge computing. We have that gap between business use and stakeholder understanding of technology. It still remains wide, I think. The way I see it is we have to be the experts. And so I think that idea of GRC kind of being broken apart and really put into place in its requisite areas. Let's talk about the present situation. You have GRC because people have to have GRC. And so in a cyber program, it's grouped together, but it's really been a separate subgroup. And they're not given necessarily the time and attention and maybe even dollars necessary for significant effectiveness. Why does it sit this way? It seems to stem from this technical focus of cybersecurity programs of the past. There's a technical piece to what we do, but in the end, CISOs specifically are risk managers on the executive team specific to technology. So what happened? I think they needed a bucket to put everything in and think of it in the tech, non-tech idea. I think if there's any one area that we're talking about in a cybersecurity program, the governance, it requires the leadership and attention of the CISO, I would say daily, if not more. Can I adopt governance as my mantle, as my big thing as a CISO, or as the leader of this cybersecurity organization? And then can I go and give risk its proper place and appropriateness, build that program, build those bridges inside the company. And then can I take compliance? Can I use it as a tool to go grab that budget? Can I use it as a tool to help make sure that I'm matrixing in this idea of risk and compliance together so I can have a full built program and look at that program and be able to say, hey, I have opportunities here to either drive more or I have redundancies. Maybe I can save some money somewhere. So colleagues and friends, I renew the call. It's time to professionalize the role of the CISO. In the meantime, I wish you health, happiness, and success on your journey in becoming the professional CISO. Let's do this.
We're professionalizing the CISO role, so please subscribe to the Professional CISO podcast.